Patreon laid off their entire security team, presumably to like outsource for money saving or recession proofing or something, but that's always a giant red flag. Like that's not good. I haven't. Some people swear by them and are like huge fans of them, and maybe it's because I never did a big push for Patreon and never built that up, but like I've never really liked the Patreon team that much as a general entity with no person being specific or anything, just because they've had a constant history of making these weird changes on the or trying to make changes that are kind of anti-creator, like when they tried to get rid of the $1 Patreon tiers because it would charge everyone too much and things like that, and then some of the decisions they've made behind the scenes and now stuff like that it's always just kind of like especially because Patreon doesn't need to be a platform. It's a feature. YouTube has it now, Twitch has it now, Discord has it now for me.
This announcement sounds exactly like a corporate decision that was made from the top to save money. Like it's more than likely just, hey, this team is like, there's probably nothing performance driven by it. It's probably just that team was very expensive and they saw that they could maybe very quickly spin up and replace them with something else. That's how it looks to me.
Yeah.
It sucks. It like,
yeah.
I don't want to say like that's indicative of them going with like a worse option. But it sucks. People lost their jobs over this.
Yeah. People who probably worked there for a while and were like super stoked to be a part of this thing, and they're just like, hey, we found an alternative. And it's an unfortunate, like, because it probably is, like you said, to save money, so it probably is the whole like recession preparedness, because we saw the same thing. Stream Elements laid off a bunch of people who had just built up a whole bunch of features. Clearly they were doing well. Clearly it wasn't like, you guys suck or aren't doing good enough, you're fired.
Right.
And so there's a lot of morale that's lost there, both on the team side, but also on the user side, when it's like the people who built the cool stuff aren't going to be building cool stuff anymore. It's kind of awkward. And the same thing like with Avery Media pulling back all their North American PR people and confusing people, because apparently I had said previously that they canceled their existing partner program and started up a new one. Apparently that's not true, and any existing partners that were partners before need to just reach out to their new people to get added back in. That sounds like a backtrack to me, honestly, but like, it's that kind of confusion that happens when you just suddenly get rid of an entire team that interfaced with everyone, that causes a lot of problems for everyone involved, and then that sours the taste, or the I guess the taste, but like the air around that brand or that company or whatever, and it's just always a bummer to see, because in many cases it probably didn't need to happen, but I don't know. It's also an indicator of the economic times that are projected soon. But too many companies, this is just editorializing for a sec, but like too many companies scale up really, really fast and don't consider the people who they're going to be like laying off in 6 months because they can't sustain them. And I just hate that whole model of startups and new companies and stuff, and it's why I never really want to grow outside of my own backyard, because it makes me so uncomfortable. And yeah. Welcome to late stage capitalism, I guess.